Hello, beautiful people. It's Psychic D here to give us our insight and guidance for the following week ahead. You will see a few days ago, I did an overall July psychic guidance message. Thank you so much to everybody who contacted me and told me that they felt like I was reading for them as an individual. That's really awesome because I do only ask Spirit to give me what they believe the people who watch or follow or are into their own personal development, what they need to know. So to know that you received what you needed, that is really cool. So this one, once again, we are going to predict for the next week ahead from this moment forth, which is July 4th, all the way to July 11th. It is very general, this guidance. It's not going to suit everybody, but if it suits you, awesome. Take the guidance and do something with it. If not, leave it alone and pop back again next week. There may be something in that for you. So, all right, Spirit, can you use all my senses safely, securely, and full protection to offer my community members any information they need to know for the following week ahead, please? As I'm trying to channel in on the energy, I'm actually feeling a little bit nauseous in my stomach. So it's making me wonder whether some dietary changes may be needed or some people are going to have some checkups on their stomach or something, because I just feel like I'm nauseous. It's like every time I eat something, I'm nauseous, or if I get stressed, I get nauseous. Or there's something causing like a physical dis-ease in my body. I keep feeling this nausea. It's not mine. But if that's relevant for you, go and get sorted, go get checked out, so to speak. Oh, look at that. This was turned over, so I'm going to take this. We've still got to clean it up. This came up in the July. If you are still making changes in your life, please keep going. Please keep the sifting and the sorting going. You are still being asked, and we do it every day anyway, but you are being asked to clean up the energy, which is either in your physical environment or what's happening in your mental thought processes, or, obviously with your health. For them to bring up that nausea for me, and I don't usually like dabbling in medical and that stuff, it's obviously a sign that maybe some diets need to be cleaned up this week. I would go with that. And we also got to be fair. So it's really important. I'm getting the feeling that it's really important to go fair on yourself. I feel like I want to raise some people's feelings about themselves. I feel like I want to raise self-esteem. So I think I really want to remind you all of how important it is that how important you are and how your well-being matters and how you matter in this life. It's time to start taking care of yourselves to some degree. And I feel like it's the physical body. I feel like this week, a lot of you may be inclined to take care of your physical body. And if you don't, you may start experiencing this dis-ease. Doesn't mean you're diseased, but just the dis-ease, like the nausea, the headaches, all that sort of stuff. If you don't do something to maybe adjust your diet or look after your physical self, this could also mean stress elimination. It may mean, having a nice salt bath, or getting some more exercise, getting some more movement. You all know what it is for you, but please look after your physical health this week, most predominantly. Because we got orphaned. So some of you, I don't even know where the bloody camera is. Some of you may be feeling a little bit alone or left out this week. Or maybe you're being guided to spend some time away from external influences so you can focus on yourself. I feel like I'm reading for the majority who have been seeing this, and this is going to suit everybody, but I feel like I'm going to be trying to connect with those who give too much to others, who are burning the wick at both ends. Is that a saying? I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends or something of that nature. You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm going to step into a burnout. So they're actually putting up a red flag for me this week. They don't tend to do that. I like to stick with the juicy good stuff. But obviously this is very important. So please know that if you feel like you are burning the candle at both ends and you're getting run down and that, please stop. Be fair on yourself. You can't give from an empty cup. It's time to fill your own cup up, and please clean up your diet maybe, release any addictions that no longer serve you. We're not saying just give up something that you may be quite addicted to. We're just saying, make a smarter choice for yourself. Otherwise, you may experience some physical discomfort or dis-ease from that this week. We've got New Life. This come up in the July, I'm pretty sure. I do so many readings that I forget who I'm reading for. But we do have a new life. So you are just about to step through it. They just told me the word portal. So you are about to step through a new portal. The people I'm reading for are still cleaning up these residual energies which no longer serve their purpose. We want you to know that there is healing on its way. There are gifts and promises and new stuff coming, definitely. So if you are looking to establish a new life, it is coming, but you've got to clean up this energy first. I feel like the people I'm reading for are the ones who are saying, when will things change for me? When will I stop this this merry-go-round? When will that change? When will that, like, I'm asking the inquiry, but I'm not a willing participant. I'm not ready to make any changes in my life. So if you're feeling stuck or resistant right now, that's probably the reason why. We've got TikTok. So just know that time is on your side. Don't be in a rush or in a hurry. Change takes time, once again. But I still go back to this burning of the candles at both ends. And it's kind of like, I've got a really big belief system that's saying, I don't have time for all this. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. That's what they keep saying to me. So if this is going on, I would really listen to that and just know that you may have to get a little bit more disciplined or a little bit more scheduled, a little bit more organized in your life. There is a change that needs to be made in your individual circumstance to provide you with the time that you need for other things like de-stressing, self-love, all that sort of stuff. And obviously your diet is going to make you feel sluggish or lethargic or something also. Some of you are in your head. I'm not a psychologist, but they're telling me that some people are really in their head. So some of you may need to seek professional help to break certain addictions. So maybe comfort eaters or, those who aren't eating enough, anything like that. If that's you, please seek the help that you need. Have a chat to somebody or do what you need to do. Yeah, because there we go. That just confirms that it's like I'm in this never-ending story. It's like nothing changes. So I'm here to remind you all that if nothing changes in your life, nothing changes. And the only person who can change anything in your life is you. You've got to want to feel better. You've got to want more in your life. You've got to want to make certain changes. And even if you're not physically capable of making these changes yet, go there in your mind and your feeling space first, because I guarantee you, I've done this myself. You go there in that want and that desire. One day you will just wake up and you will make that next best logical step and you'll grab that smoothie instead of that coffee, or, you might go for a walk instead of sitting down watching Dr. Phil or whatever you do. You know what I mean? So please just go there, visualize the life that you like, tap into the feeling space, and don't be surprised if spirits step in and go, okay, here's your next best logical step. So that's kind of full on for the next week, isn't it? We've got milk and honey. So this goes with this new life. It's kind of like, we are the creators of our own reality. So some of you are going to get the best of both worlds. That's what they're kind of saying. They're also saying, how do I say it in human words? Quit the lack type mentality. You can have the best in both worlds, but it's about creating balance. So I think that's what it is. I think the majority of who I'm reading for today are being urged and encouraged to create a balance in their life, being a little bit more self-disciplined, working out your priorities and doing a schedule or a routine. It's kind of like my 30-day reset group that I have going on Facebook. It's kind of like you've got to set up a lifestyle for yourself that is congruent to you, that suits your purpose. Even if you have to get up an hour earlier just to spend an hour, that's what I do every morning. Just to work on yourself. You're going to have to, I feel like I'm getting out a planner and I'm writing down a plan or a schedule or whatever, and I have to get disciplined with myself because I want to change. I want to create that difference in my life, and I know and understand that, it's going to take time and all that, but you've got to make that first step. Otherwise, the result could be physical dis-ease of some sort, and we don't want that for you. So I feel like they're showing me a red flag for prevention this week. So this is a little bit different to other readings. So you need to know that a change is in the wind. Please know that. Please know that a change is in the wind. A new life is awaiting you. It is all milk and honey. It's like life's elixirs are waiting for you or whatever, but we need to clean up what no longer serves you. It's funny, isn't it, how easy it is for us to talk about our downfalls or talk about what's not working and talk about all the shit in our life that we don't like. But when it comes to actually making that change, a lot of people struggle with that. So yeah, you're gonna start getting busy. So you want to be emotionally and energetically prepared for whatever's coming. And I can't wait to get into the tarot. But to me, when I see chopped wood, it's about time to get busy, and Spirit are trying to prepare you for what's coming up. Because if you've got an empty cup and you're not feeling physically well and you're feeling lethargic and all that, this new life and the change in the wind and the milk and the honey, it's going to take all your energy, if that makes sense. Time to fill up your cup this week, guys. Really time to fill up your cup. I hope that's all made sense. It's kind of really odd, this reading. Really odd for me. Oh, that one just wanted to flip over. Yeah, so we got fork in the road as well, and that seems to be coming up. So there are a lot of people that I'm reading for right now who are at a fork in the road. If that's you and you want to make a change in your life, I would just sit down and write out that world famous list that I harp on about and list down all the things that you want and list the reasons why you want them. Because if you're not inspired by something, you won't be motivated to change. That's just how it is. And this week it is time to clean up those energies and refocus and really watch those diets and routines. So I would say for this week, it is about being mindful of your diet and your routine and to get a little bit more disciplined for yourself. If you don't, the red flag, which is just a little warning, it's not meant to scare anyone, but it is the fact that, you know, you may have that nausea or the headaches or the physical discomforts, which we are trying to prevent coming up for you. So Spirit, can you use a tarot and see what comes out in the tarot? Thanks for the previous information. Yeah, look at that. We got the Empress. So it's time to nurture and mother yourselves, guys, whether this is emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is for you. Please take the time out to mother and nurture yourself, because the Empress too represents birth of new ideas to me. This can be birth of children. So if you are trying to conceive, maybe you need to look at your diet and that. Maybe if everything else isn't working, maybe it's just a dietary change that you need to make. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's definitely time to take that time out and nurture yourself. I feel like regardless, everyone's heading into a more emotionally peaceful passage, but, you know, unless you're doing the work and you're making the changes that you need and want to see in your life, what I say is, you know, falling on deaf ears. But, yeah, if you can set up a routine or a schedule or a 30-day commitment, you know, you just wake up and just say, look, I'm not going to put a specific time of the day on because I am a very, very busy person, but I am going to commit to 30 days of self-love, self-care, maybe 30 days of journaling, 30 minutes of journaling, maybe 30 minutes in the tub, and maybe 30 minutes resourcing a really nice recipe and cooking it. Whatever it is for you, I would really encourage you to do that this week, hey? Because this new life, this new dawn, this new chapter starting for so many of who I'm reading for, and it's going to time to get busy. You want to be fueled up for that. You want to be balanced emotionally, spiritually, well, as balanced as you can. I mean, we're all balanced from time to time, but yeah, that's the goal for this week, is to create some sort of balance in your life. It could also be chakra balancing, so do your energy balancing work as well. It's going to be different for everybody, but yeah, definitely, yeah. We've got rewards and abundance coming into us anyway, guys. 3 of Pentacles. I've got a feeling that this is going to come in. I was going to say this before I even saw the number on the card, but I feel like it's going to come in multiple ways. Whatever you've put out there is going to come back threefold. To me, that's a very karmic energy. So you'll hear me preaching about this on all my pages and on my live on the Spiritual Events Directory page, and that this abundance is coming. It's going to be different for everybody, but whatever this is, Spirit is saying, it's going to add value to your life. So if you have been asking for people, places, or things to add value to your life, please know that they're on your way, but you do need to get a bit stricter and disciplined with your energy and your time for yourself. Holy dooly, that's way too many. We'll take the one on the floor. Look at that. Yep. So a lot of you are stepping out of this sort of apprentice type. So if you've been learning something recently, you're about to put it into practice. If you have been learning, you're being encouraged to put it into practice. I feel like I'm an apprentice and I'm now stepping into my leadership role. So if you have a plan or a program or something that you've been wanting to get off the ground, this week may be a really good time to do that as well. It's going to be dependent on where you are, but yeah, definitely. They just said money from your own ideas. So if you are, I'll go back to the self-employed thing. If you are self-employed or you want to turn a hobby-based business into something more, or you want to expand your business or do something of that nature, or you may have if you're working for someone else and you have an idea that how the company can run better, you may want to put that forward this week because the energy is really ripe for that. Most definitely. Like you got the partnership card. So some of you are going to partner up or co-create with someone. So this could be a really good collaboration or whatever. Hasn't quite built up the momentum enough to sort of jump on into the scene, so to speak, but it's definitely gaining momentum. So if you are co-creating, if you are a solopreneur like myself or whatever, this can be also a message to start lining up with people, other people, places and things, and learn something new and expand your horizons to some degree. All right, so it's kind of exciting. I think I definitely am reading for two different energies. I'm reading for those who are just starting to build themselves up as individuals, getting to know themselves and are starting to take control of their own lives and all that sort of stuff. And then I feel like I've got the other side of the fence who are pretty well established and are pretty confident and they know what they want, where they're going and all that. And you're going to start taking off because the new life is here. The new life, a change in the wind, milk and honey. It's, I just feel like it's going to be smoother sailing. I know sometimes when we as humans are going through something, it can feel really abrupt and really disruptive and stuff like that. But I can guarantee no matter which category you fall in, I feel like it's going to get easier. So there must be something in the planetary alignments that's going to help us with that. But yeah, look at that, money from our ideas, Queen of Pentacles. As soon as I turned that card over, they told me the word conquer. So I feel like I'm going to conquer something. It's kind of like if I've been on a weight loss journey, I'm going to conquer my goal. If I've been asking for something specifically, I'm going to conquer that dream. I'm going to conquer something. I'm just saying conquer, and I'm seeing Conan the Barbarian. And I feel like I want to put my sword and I've conquered this. It's time for me to now take what I've learned or take what I've discovered and move forward with it. I feel like I need to move forward. So some of you maybe, once again, I think I said this before, but I feel like I want to pitch an idea or put an idea out to the universe, put an idea out into the community, do something that that I'm very passionate about. Yeah. Definitely, Ace of Wands. I mean, whatever this is, it's going to gain momentum and it's going to be very successful for whoever this is involving. This is a real entrepreneurship sort of energy for me. So if you are wanting to build your own empire on your own, because I just don't feel like I'm working for the man. I just don't feel like I feel like I'm connecting with those who are entrepreneurial. That's the energy I feel. It's money from my own ideas. It's my own creativity. Some of you may be asked to maybe focus on your creativity and as opposed to what's actually going wrong at the moment. Because once again, life's a choice, but there's definitely a need. You may partner up with somebody and it may prove to be very successful in doing so. We've got the Four of Cups, which is be mindful of gossip, of course. But I feel like with this card, I feel like I'm going to receive some really good news. It's kind of like I find myself in the right place at the right time. I'm going to overhear about an opportunity. I'm going to overhear because I feel like I'm got a conversation going over here, but I'm not involved in that conversation, but I can hear it. And it's something that you go, wow. So there could be amongst your family, it could be amongst your co-workers, it could be something that you hear online. I don't know what this is, but I feel like I'm overhearing something and I'm like, yes, how exciting. So whatever that is for anybody, if it does come back, please come and leave a message because that'd be really interesting. But they're just telling me right place, right time, good news, communication, circulating, receiver of good news. So you could receive some good news this week. You could fall in that category. But whatever it is, I feel like I'm like, yeah, that's just what I needed to hear. Yeah, that's just the pump I needed. It's going to be different for everybody, but that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, look at this, Queen of Cups. So we are going to start mastering our emotions. Maybe that's what some people need to do. I know in the July video, I think, or it might have been the spiritual events video. I can't remember which ones I do, but there was a call to balance out masculine and feminine energies. So, but I feel like this is going to be, I'm going to feel so at one with myself coming towards the end of the week that I feel like I'm in a good emotional space, and I love that. I'm in a good head space. So it could come from this conversation that you overhear. It could come in the representation of you receiving something from somebody else. Because I feel like that's with the milk and honey card. I feel like there's stuff coming in for you. It's like luck. You know, there's that rainbow and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like I'm basking in the goodness, which is life. So just remember, they just said too, to celebrate the small wins in life. You don't have to achieve the big goal to celebrate, how far you've come. Make sure you celebrate the small achievements, especially if you set up a program or a plan or a daily schedule and you fulfill that, reward yourself with something. definitely reward yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're waiting for someone else to reward you, that could be a long time coming, but make sure you reward yourself. All right, a couple more. Yeah, look at that. Money bags, King of Pentacles. This is creating my own empire. So yeah, I think the most dominant energies of the people that I'm reading for are the ones that are creating their empire. You are being really urged to stick with a plan, stick to your schedule, make sure that you can sort of do up some sort of daily planner or something like that, because I'm seeing a planner. Invest in a planner or something and get a little bit more strict and disciplined with your time and energy. And I guarantee you that the results will start paying off for you. You may start seeing the dividends, they said, from this week, which is really cool. Or some of you may just really get the drive and the passion, the motivation to pitch an idea, to put something forward this week. Whatever it is, I feel it's victorious. We've got 2 victory cards, and success and emotional happiness. I feel emotionally content. Or satisfied, and you might just set yourself a goal to walk 15 kilometers that week and you achieve that. So give yourself a pat on the back and reward yourself if that's yours. Some of you are putting out massive business ideas or trying to, on a grand scale, and that could be you. So make sure that you celebrate if you do get something good come your way. Yep. So we got the Temperance. So we are being rewarded. This is, to me, Temperance represents this karmic reward. It's like the end of a cycle. It's a mindset thing at the end of the day too. You've either got a mindset that everything's working out for me and money flows to me easily and effortlessly, and I have all the right support around me and all that sort of stuff, or you're in this other energy that I touched on earlier, which I won't go back to because I'm in a positive flow now. But please know that your glasses, your emotional cup is emotional, spiritual, physical, mental, all your cups are going to be filled up from this week. So I think what's that sort of spirit are truly trying to get me to say, look at all this optimism, look at all this hope, look at this bloody rainbow. There is hope and optimism out there, but it's up to you to see it this week, and it's up to you to make the relevant changes and release the toxicity in dietary or addictions and stuff like that to start getting your ball rolling. So we got the 8 of Cups, and that is to trust your intuition and walk away from what no longer serves you. Spirit just said very specifically, if you release 3 things and replace it with 3 things that are more positive or that serve your purpose or add value to your life, the energy is going to change really swiftly for you, and it's going to be like a booyah. Like I said, change takes time, but I just feel like if I change 3 things, so like, what's an example? If I get up at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, if I have a smoothie instead of that coffee, and I drink an ounce of water, and I do that for the week, my energy is just going to change so fast that all this stuff will just rush in. I'm surprised the Chariot hasn't even come out yet, because that's the energy. I feel like it's going to be hard and fast. So if you are putting off any changes in your life, please don't. Please don't. It's going to come rushing in. You just got to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Yeah. And look, we got the 10 of Pentacles, which is this happy family card. So whatever you're trying to achieve for your family, it is coming. This is stability and security. Depends on what you're asking for. So this week, honestly, I think the message for this week is to create a plan, create a schedule, create some sort of setup, set a routine. I want to use the word routine. Routine is key this week. And if you can replace 3 things, set yourself a goal to release 3 things that no longer serve you. So you may just want to go to bed early. Instead of going to bed at 11:30, I'm going to go to bed at 9 o'clock and read a book. Just release 3 things and replace it this week. And honestly, the change is going to be so freaking fast. I can't explain it. And it's kind of like, and I feel like by next week, you'll be sitting there going, shit, I didn't realize that it took me a couple of days to get my footing and to get my momentum going. But shit, it really worked. I'm energized. I'm excited. I've got opportunities coming my way. That's how quick it can change for you. So this orphaned energy that I've got up earlier in the fork in the road, it's man-made. You just got to do something that's different to what you're doing or have been doing. They just said, just do the manageable things. Don't think we're trying to get you to stop a 25-year smoking addiction. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about little lifestyle changes. That's what this week's all about, making those little lifestyle changes. And if you can choose 3 that feel comfortable for you and replace them with 3 alternatives and just stick with it. The first 2 days may be a bit tricky, but after that, it should get easier. You wait. I'd love to see what next week's reading is going to be, because all this good shit. Like I think the July reading was your treasure, whatever you're putting in your treasure chest is coming into a treasure island. I really believe that that's going to come in hard and fast because we've got the Temperance as well. So these cards just flew out while I was talking to you. We've got contemplation time. So yeah, guys, sit back, do an internal life check and see what's serving you and what doesn't, what needs to go, what doesn't. Doesn't mean you have to do physical action, but once again, if you step into the visualization and the feeling space of what you want, that's how you're going to create the change you need in your life. Spend time alone, meditating upon what you truly desire. That goes back to that orphan card. You are not alone. Sometimes being alone is the best place to start because then you don't have that interference or that distraction as well. Believe in divine magic because the universe has always got your back regardless, but they are very, very much around you. Trust your intuition. It's speaking volumes. Look out for signs and synchronicities because they are coming in thick and fast. Sometimes you may receive a sign of synchronicity and see a number in that, and it may not actually have a message to it. It may just be spirits and your ancestors or the angels' way of saying, we are around you, we are near you, you're right on path, keep going, keep going. That's what they say to me all the time anyway. And then we also got to explore your options. So once again, there's a lot of sifting and sorting still happening with a lot of people. Time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. So yeah, so if that made sense to you, please give it a little thumbs up or something. And it's just your way of saying thank you to me for my time and energy because I really care about people's outcomes. So leave a comment as well. I will come back and give it a love and acknowledge you as well. This week, I would plan, I would prepare, I would set up a routine. I'd find 3 things to release and 3 things to replace it with. I would get going on that. I would stick with it for 3 days. Some of you are going to go, you're just going to start feeling better as a result, or some of you are going to put an idea forward, put a notion forward, collaborate with someone. Some ideas are going to come to life. Whatever this is, a lot of you are going to start getting in your karmic rewards over the next week, 2 weeks, so to speak. Anyway, so Spirit want to help you align your energy to get that. And the way that you get it is through feeling as good as you possibly can and as cheerful as you possibly can because it's coming. It's all coming. So yeah, I love you so much. Thank you all once again. If you want to catch a little update, please head over to the Spiritual Events Directory page. The link will be in the description. I will be back on there on Thursday night for another weekly top-up. If not, follow my social medias and I give little daily guidances along the way. So I will help light your path. All right, guys, love you so much. Thank you so much once again, and I will see you next time. Bye.